Morning, everyone, and welcome to our Heavenly Parent Holy Community Oceania Hundoke, together with Reverend Yutaka Yamada. Today is Tuesday, the 17th of June 2025, or the 22nd of May in the 13th year of Chongelguk. So thank you all for coming, and let's begin with a bow to our true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind. Chanji Jimpunim Ge Kyombe. Paro. And let's recite our family pledge, both in Korean and English.
가전맨세 7. 전일국 주인, 우리 가족은 참 사랑을 중심하고 본연의 활동과 연결된 의하는 생활을 통하여 심존 문화 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
Family pledge number 7. Our family, the owner of Chongelguk, pledges through living for the sake of others to perfect the world based on the culture of heart, which is rooted in the original lineage by centering on true love. Thank you. I'd like to share a prayer from Father that Father gave in the 5th of April, 1970. Has a title, Please Let Us Become Children Who Fulfill Completely the Responsibility of the Providence of Restoration. Today, when we look at the world of Satan, we come to know the truth that in order to search for a second beginning, your love has been accompanying us deeply throughout the course of history and now in this age. We earnestly hope and desire that you will allow us to become your sons and daughters who are able to be grateful for this. As for our going the absolutely necessary course in front of us, which we must go now, we must go the path of the individual able, and we must go the course of the family, tribe, people, nation, and world level ables. Please let us realize that until we have gone the whole way on this path, we will become busier and busier. Please go together with us along this path. We are going while being so busy that we have no time to eat even though we want to, and we have no time to sleep even though we want to. We know the fact that you can look at us and finally take a rest when not only we, but also the Cain world we have saved, return to you. Father, please allow us to become people who fulfill this kind of responsibility completely, who make efforts and offer all our devotion without any lack, while indemnifying your indignation. Father, requesting you to please be together with us personally in everything. We have humbly prayed in the name of the true parents. Arju. Thank you. And let's give a warm welcome to Rev Yutaka as he shares this morning.
Good morning, brothers and sisters. Thank you for joining today's morning Hondoke. Today is also beautiful beginning. Let's put our Johnson and heart and begin the day. So thank you very much. This morning there was new also memo talking about 2025 Global Top Gun Youth Special Hyojeon Chonon workshop hosted by Horimada Han. So this GTGY, the new youth workshop will be held from August 6 to August 26 in Korea. And this is directly organized by Horimada Han, and age is from 18 to 39, at least member more than 1 year, and also the person who are involving the second gen or education or some regular guidance in each nations. And also international participants are sponsored by Trumada, the registration fee in Korea. That's why just go Korea and already can attend this workshop. So Mada is really concerning and investing how to raise up our youth, especially second gen, third gen, or youth generation. And this workshop is also the meaningful things. So please, all national leaders, concern and guide, encourage your young generation and to let them join this workshop in Korea. So in the world level, around 1,200 people will come to Korea from August 6 to 26. So later, maybe you can receive the memo. So if you have some question or something, please also approach to your national leader. The national leader will guide and discuss with all our brothers and sisters. So of course there is there is workshop in each country, but those workshop under Trumada directly in Korea is the precious opportunity. So please also support and really encourage our all young people to go to there. Okay, thank you. And the weekend there are many activities. I'd like to share some activity photo. So this is in Sydney. So Sydney UPF organized the Ambassador Peace Gathering Saturday. So thank you. Missionaries involvement and all our leaders support together and the brothers and sisters and to share the message. So Ambassador Peace also share their opinion. So if continuously we can update and develop our movement for Universal Peace Federation is also good. So please also support and pray for that. And last Sunday, we had also the outing service in Sydney side. This is also Sydney. So a little bit cold, but many brothers and sisters gathered together. And also our guests also joined together. And new member also come. And this time missionary organized the family game. So this was also exciting. So elders, youngers, and kids can enjoy together, right? You can see. And those games, so that kind of game was happened. Good. So we can really organize how we can create the beautiful environment from our community to share our Heavenly Parents' love to brothers and sisters. So this is our effort. Let's continuously create the foundation and develop our community centering on our Heavenly Parents and true parents. So it was a beautiful moment. So thank you for organizing this. And finally, this is in Palau side. So organize the blessing ceremony. So thank you, organizing blessing ceremony. How to share this holy wine and give the blessing to brothers and sisters. This is also our eternal mission. Especially this time, Mother is emphasizing the witnessing. Please expand the season of Cheongguk. So our all focus is same. Guiding, testifying Heavenly Parent, and connect to blessing, connect to our true parents. So continuously, let's do offers. So please pray for Palau. Also, anyway, each day is a precious time. Let's do our best. And today is the Tuesday, so we can do the breakout session after Hundok. So please join until the end. Okay, so thank you very much, everyone. So today also, let's start the Hundok, value of true parents in heaven's providence. Chapter 5, True Father, the returning Messiah who inherited the mission of Jesus. So let's study together. Mrs. Na, please.
Establishing a nationwide foundation in Korea. From the viewpoint of Heavenly Parents' providence, the position of true parents must be recognized at least on a national basis. For the returning Messiah to meet the only begotten daughter and for them to hold the marriage supper of the Lamb, a foundation was needed where the Korean people, as the chosen people, could welcome the only begotten daughter and attend true parents at the national level.
Yes, thank you. From the viewpoint of Heavenly Parents' providence, the position of true parents must be recognized at least on a national basis. So national foundation, this become the key point. The emergence of true parents on this earth is, of course, important, but which level of foundation could they stand? This is also the important issue. Please.
Heavenly Parent prepared in advance so that True Father could establish such a national foundation. After Korea's liberation from Japan, many key figures in the Korean government were Christians. If True Father had been able to create a foundation to be welcomed by Christianity, the circumstances would have been created whereby a connection between True Father and the Korean government could have been established. The only begotten daughter could have been welcomed, and the true parents could have been attended at the national level.
Yes. So Heavenly Parents and Christianity's 2000 years foundation was not only for preparing the foundation spiritually for the only begotten daughter. Substantially, God, Heavenly Parent, created the foundation to support the only begotten daughter and through parents, the national level, even national sovereignty. That's why at that moment, how much did Christianity had the bigger influence, and how many congregation of Christianity were there in the world level, not only inside of Korea and also inside in the world level. Already many major country like America or England, they are standing as the Christian based nation, and they had an important role. So those preparation and foundation for welcoming the second advent and also the begotten daughter are the role of the Christianity at the time. Please.
However, due to the Christian disbelief and persecution, True Father faced great difficulties in creating the environment in which Korea could welcome the only begotten daughter and true parents at the national level centered on Christianity. Instead, True Father sought to establish a condition of creating a national foundation by sending Korean missionaries from the Holy Spirit Association for the Unification of World Christianity to the providentially important nations of Japan and the United States.
Yes. So when we study about True Father's life course before the Holy Wedding, we could also recognize there are Father's many effort toward Christianity and also establishment of the Holy Spirit Association, our Unification Church, and also the investment to connect Christianity to heaven's providence. Maybe you remember the story of Yonsei University or Ifa University stories. Many Christianity or second generation of Christianity are witnessed, even professor, but because of this, the Christian society or those university kick them out from the university. So we can see there were effort to reconnect Christianity, and also in the same there are many difficulty. So we can see those effort before the holy wedding ceremony. Please.
True Father sent missionary Choi Sun-gig to Japan in 1958, and missionaries Kim Jong-un and David Kim to the US in 1959. However, since this dispatch of missionaries did not constitute a substantial national foundation, The holy wedding of true parents took place amid Christian and Korean government persecution of true father and the Unification Church. Thus, even amid their efforts for the providence of salvation, true parents endured opposition and harassment and had to begin from the very bottom.
Yes, so sending missionary to the world was also that effort, but dispatch of missionaries can also be considered part of this effort. However, this did not succeed in connecting Christianity. So it says, thus, even amid their efforts for the providence of salvation, true parents endured opposition and harassment and had to begin from the very bottom. So this was the starting point. Please.
The marriage supper of the Lamb. True father established on a conditional basis the providential environment in which the only begotten daughter could be received and the holy wedding held. Since the conditional foundation for true parents was an environment in which true parents could not be substantially attended to a sufficient degree, they had to overcome opposition and persecution in order to hold the holy wedding and begin the providence of salvation.
Yes, so this is the background of our holy wedding ceremony. Please.
On the 16th day of the third lunar month of 1960, as Heavenly Parent planned, the returning Messiah and the only begotten daughter participated in the marriage supper of the Lamb. Through this, they became the true parents, and throughout their lives, they have brought many blessed families into existence.
Yes, so, and this is the starting point. So through this holy wedding, finally, we could receive the emergence of true parents. And because of true parents, we have now many blessed families, and also second gen or third generation history was begun. Please.
The marriage supper of the Lamb is the starting point at which true parents appear and fulfill Heavenly Parent's dream. The dream of Heavenly Parent, the Creator, is to live in the kingdom of heaven on earth together with true parents, the perfected ancestors of humankind, and all of humankind as the sons and daughters, and thereafter to remain with true parents in the eternal heavenly realm. Therefore, Heavenly Parent has been carrying out the providence to realize the ideal of true parents through the only begotten daughter and the Messiah at the second coming.
Yes, so there were heaven's wish, preparation, and heaven's expectation. So even though the situation in which true parents were hoped to start on the foundation of Christianity did not exist, they were able to make the start and begin the providence of true parents. Please.
The returning Messiah's course for the marriage supper of the Lamb according to the principles of creation. In the course for Jesus and the returning Messiah according to God's principles of creation, God, the Heavenly Parent, created all things in heaven and on earth in God's image, and finally gave birth to one son and one daughter who could become the ancestors of humankind. God gave them a growing period and waited for the pure man and woman to reach perfection through absolute faith, absolute love, and absolute obedience, and become one with Heavenly Parent.
Yes, so first of all, it explained that about God or God's first dream and plan. And the starting point of this dream, in order to fulfill the first dream of this starting point, God created one son and one daughter. So we can see many times this Champmoron is emphasizing this point? Heavenly Parents' dream, and what's the plan, and what's the starting point? Please.
The perfected man and woman were to join together through the holy wedding centered on Heavenly Parents' love and become true parents. Heavenly Parent desired to live together with all of humankind through the true parents in the kingdom of heaven on earth and in the eternal world. This is Heavenly Parents' principle of creation.
So they should receive the blessing and they should become the true parents. When we study about the divine principle or compare with divine principle and this Champumoron, God's or heaven's providence never changed. But what's the main different point? This Champumoron is talking simply or clearly about the heavenly parents' principle of creation. When we study about divine principle, do you remember the first part or first session? They are talking about existence of God, whether God is existing or not. But how about Champumoron? Already, starting point is existing of God, Heavenly Parent, and Heavenly Parent's dream. Because of this, Heavenly Parent created humanity. So these differences also we can recognize. Please.
According to God's principles of creation, Adam and Eve, our first ancestors, were meant to grow to maturity independently and become the true parents through the holy wedding. However, due to their self-centered desires, they fell and came under the lineage of Satan. As a being whose beginning and end are the same, what Heavenly Parent begins must be fulfilled without fail. After the fall, Heavenly Parent created new ancestors of humankind, the only begotten Son and the only begotten daughter, to fulfill the dream of creation.
Yes, they had the growing period and responsibility, but they could not fulfill. But Heavenly Parent is continuing the providence. Okay?
Therefore, the only begotten Son and only begotten daughter, as the original ancestors of creation, must grow to maturity independently to become the perfected true parents. The true parents' perfected family is to be the model perfected family of the original creation for all humankind. Thus, all humankind would grow and strive to fulfill the purpose of creation by following the example of the perfected family of true parents.
Yes. So what is the purpose of creation? Purpose of creation is for true parents to be on this earth and fulfill the God's dream. This the example of the perfected family. Please.
Born as the only begotten Son, 2,000 years ago, Jesus sought to fulfill Heavenly Parents' dream that through absolute faith, absolute love, and absolute obedience according to God's principles of creation, he would grow to maturity as a pure man in absolute oneness with Heavenly Parent, participate in the holy wedding with the only begotten daughter, and that they would then become true parents.
Yes. So first of this, our Jesus who came as the only begotten Son tried to fulfill this ideal of true parents. Please.
However, due to the disbelief of the people, Jesus was unable to fully ascend to the position of the true parents and died on the cross. Therefore, a true father who inherited Jesus' messianic mission had to grow to maturity as a pure man in accordance with God's principles of creation, join with the pure woman, the only begotten daughter, and together, through their holy wedding, become the true parents whom Heavenly Parent had longed to see.
Yes, but it was not fulfilled. So this ideal of true parents or providence was postponed to the era of the second coming of the Messiah. Please.
The holy wedding with the only begotten daughter, the bride whom heavenly parent chose according to the principles of creation. To fulfill God's purpose of creation, heavenly parent planned to send the only begotten son and only begotten daughter 2,000 years ago. Jesus, who came first as the only begotten son, was to solemnize the holy wedding with his unique counterpart, the only begotten daughter, and they were to become the true parents.
This was the plan, heavenly plan centering on our Jesus. Please.
However, because the central figures and the people of the time could not fulfill their responsibility, the only begotten daughter could not be born, and Jesus died on the cross without reaching true parents' position. The resurrected Jesus said he would return, and the Bible tells us that Jesus would hold the marriage supper of the Lamb when he did. Thus, Jesus' hope was to participate in the marriage supper of the Lamb with the only begotten daughter, and for them to become the true parents.
Yes. So there was this kind of plan, but it was not fulfilled. So this providence was extended and also continued. Please.
Therefore, the hope of the one who inherited Jesus' mission is to hold the holy wedding with the only begotten daughter, and that they together become the true parents. The unique counterpart of the Messiah at the second coming, according to the principles of creation, is the only begotten daughter sent by heavenly parent. The one who inherited Jesus' mission must advance to the position of the true parents through the marriage supper of the Lamb with the only begotten daughter. Thus, the one who inherited Jesus' mission would focus on preparing to meet the only begotten daughter, true mother, and begin married life only upon participating in the holy wedding with the only begotten daughter as heavenly parent permitted.
Yes, thank you. So this paragraph is important. So it looks like many contents are repeated. That's why I just continue to read. But please see this part. Jesus, what is the Jesus' hope? Jesus' hope was to meet the only begotten daughter and to become true parents. Then what's the hope or wish of second advent? This should be same, to meet the only begotten daughter and to fulfill the Jesus' will and wish to become true parents. That's why, please, I will read this part again. The unique counterpart of the Messiah at the second coming, according to the principle of creation, is the only begotten daughter sent by heavenly parent. The one who inherited Jesus' mission must advance to the position of the true parents through the marriage supper of the Lamb with the only begotten daughter. Thus, the one who inherited Jesus' mission would focus on preparing to meet the only begotten daughter, true mother, and begin marriage life only upon participating in the holy wedding with the only begotten daughter as heavenly parent permitted. So you can see, second advent Messiah have to meet the only begotten daughter and holy wedding ceremony, and they could start the marriage life under as the heavenly parent permission. So why these true parents, the Champmoron is repeating this heavenly parents' dream, the meaning of Jesus' life, and also the providence. Because that much, the holy wedding ceremony of true parents, and also after the life of true parents is important. So we can look similar contents, but each part there is also the essence and also emphasizing point. Please.
True parents appeared due to the determination of the only begotten daughter. The only begotten daughter true mother, understanding the circumstances of the heavenly parent, who could not extend the providence any longer, made her own determination to attend the holy wedding with true father for the sake of heavenly parent.
Yes, so who determined to become the true parents? Of course, true father, but also our only begotten daughter, true mother. So how those moments is important. So this is the final slide today, please.
Although all the circumstances were unfavorable for holding the holy wedding, the only begotten daughter, true mother, as the central pillar for the completion of heavenly parents' providence, determined to take responsibility for everything and absolutely fulfill heavenly parents' will together with true father. Finally, through the holy wedding, the only begotten daughter, true mother, and true father became the true parents, the first true parents in all of history. They began the providence of salvation, bestowing rebirth and resurrection upon all people through the grace of the blessing ceremony.
Thank you. Although all the circumstances were unfavorable for holding the holy wedding, the only begotten daughter, true mother, as a central pillar for the completion of heavenly parents' providence, determined to take responsibility for everything and absolutely fulfill heavenly parents' will together with true father. So we can see those message and those word. So even in this the behind of sentence there is many deep meaning, but surely there was heavenly parents' hope and will, and also of course only begotten Son, or the second advent of Messiah. There was also heaven's expectation, and those providence centering on only begotten daughter are coming until this era, and because of this central pillar, this providence would be guided. So we could see true father, of course, met the true mother and to join the holy wedding ceremony, but internally we could see the central pillar, our only begotten daughter, true mother, even unfavorable environment, determined to accept and so determined to join and to open the way of true parents. So we could see this looks like similar contents are repeated continuously, but our main line is simple. There was heavenly parents' dream and wish. That was only begotten Son and only begotten daughter. Jesus and only begotten daughter. And second advent and only begotten daughter. One-on-one prepared relationship and to become true parents. So we should understand those deep meaning of heavenly providence and to fulfill this providence. So we can study those Champmoron. Now chapter 5. Champmoron is actually not so much big, long. This chapter now 5 and chapter 6, 7 then finish. So not so much long contents because main divine principle contents also should be included together, but main outline under those explanations are really important. That's why these contents are announced and we are studied well. So through these things, we can get the essence and the heart of our heavenly parents and true parents and to go forward. So thank you for joining today's morning Hondoke. Today is the free breakout session, but if you have some comment, I think maybe also can comment. Otherwise, can go to the breakout session immediately. So let's have a great time and have a happy day. Thank you much, everyone. 감사합니다.
Kamsahamnida. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Rev Yutaka, for sharing. And as Rev Yutaka mentioned, if there's anyone who wants to share something, they can do. Otherwise, we just go to the breakout rooms. There are three random rooms you'll just be put in. So I'll create the rooms. So please join the rooms. Yeah, welcome back, everyone. I hope you had a good chance to share. Thank you. It's time now for us to offer our unison prayers. I'll just bring up the screen. Okay, and let's pray together. Thank you. Ju, Ju, Ju. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for coming this morning, and thank you, Reverend Yutaka, for sharing with us. And I hope everyone has a great day, and see you all again tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.